Hello, commitment tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Deuteros the Next 5 Millennia with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we went through the hell that was building 5 new bases from scratch. Although I had it all mostly organized ahead of time, it still was not good. So, we got it. It's fine. We're on the timer that the methanoids will be attacking us. We also know that the methanoids attack you from your outermost colonies inwards, as far as the solar system is concerned. Our furthest outermost colony right now is Oberon. So this is where we will want to defend against attack, if you want to do something like that. The next thing we want to do is basically start building drone ships. Well, I need like 2. And we've actually got the ships pretty much ready to go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send 1 ship. I'm going to call it the drone... well... we'll call it the Dirk, because it's the companion to the sword, and the sword will be the one that actually fights. So we're going to send this one back to Earth, get it set up at Earth, and then we're going to send the other one to Oberon, whichever one I pick. Do I have anybody at Oberon right now? No. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter which one we pick. Set course. Oberon. Engage. And this one will be the sword. Sword will be our fighting ship. We only really need 1. We just need 1, and the max drone count per ship is 200. Which we might be getting close to being ready to have 1 max drone ship. But you need a lot of backup drones, so there's a reason why we're trying to produce them as fast as possible. You may notice that my colony ships are not, or my new colonies aren't building a lot up, because the resources haven't made it here yet. They're waiting for the transport ships to bring them stuff, so they're always going to have, for now anyway, lower production than the starter 5. And honestly, at some point we're going to run out of resources, so we want to build as many drones as we can with our backlog of whatever runs out first. It uses a lot of palladium and platinum, but we're pretty good on those. It uses a ton of iron, titanium, and aluminum. It looks like we're going to run out of titanium first, so this will be our most important resource, which means if you really want to micro, you could take some shuttles that are bringing up garbage that we don't need. We don't even really need the fuel right now. And then just focus on bringing up more titanium for a little while. That would probably actually make a difference, because we're going to run out of titanium first. So we've got a couple drones. I'm just going to do it with 2. I'm not going to go hard on this. But if you know 1 resource is running low, you can try to stem the loss by focusing on 1 resource, basically, rather than just randomly bringing stuff up. So, like, titanium's the lowest, iron's probably next. You use a lot less palladium and platinum, so they're not as far behind. Actually, copper might run out too, I forget. Let's see, drones. It doesn't use very much copper, half as much as the first 3. Anyway, just, you know, things you could do. Alright, the Dirk is on Earth, or about to be on Earth. And the sword is on Oberon. Well, I probably shouldn't actually dock them yet, because I want the trade to keep working, and you can't trade while they're docked. And I forgot what I should have done earlier. Oops. I've got a lot of drones, but I don't have any drone controllers yet, so let's queue one of those up. 1 at Earth, 1 on Oberon. They're actually really cheap to build, so it should not be a problem. Another transmission. This actually is a good warning. When you get the second alien transmission, it's a pretty good sign that you're getting pretty close to when the methanoids are going to attack. And we don't have any drones ready yet. Alright, let's get the sword docked and built. So we have done this before, you may remember a couple episodes ago. Equip the drone controller. This is one of the other reasons you want to build up a lot before you actually go to war. They use 10 times the fuel, and you need up tons and tons of drones. One thing we could have done is tried to make sure we found the best captain. I messed that up. We don't even have a captain. Alright, so we're going to want the sword to find a good captain. Back on Earth, we're producing the DFCC. So, is there anyone on aerial? No. Where else is kind of nearby? Well, for now, what will make this a lot easier to keep track of is... Where's my sword? We'll just let it get outside. We can start putting drones on it, but it does need an actual pilot. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll actually end up switching them. The Dirk will end up being the combat one, because we've got a max crew admiral right here, and that'll be a good combat ship. The other one can be the escort. But they both need the DFCCs to carry the drones around. There's no other way to transport them, as far as I know anyway. At least, not yet. Spoilers. Alright, so I definitely want to get my first load of drones out quickly. I don't know how much time we've got exactly. And I got to get one ship with probably 70 or 80 minimum as soon as we can. So we're going to stop by all the inner planets. You need to actually engage. If we run out of time and we die, then so be it. We'll just uninstall the game. But no, we've got lots of drones for our first wave. Like, we've invested heavily. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick up a couple more. Set course to the moon. Engage. Okay, we got lots of drones. Set course. We're just going to stop by everything. It actually takes the same amount of time, basically, to go from the Earth to Uranus as it does to stop at every single moon along the way. Because, unlike Millennium 2.2, travel distances aren't really based on planetary bodies. It's based, like, it'll take 20 days to get here, or 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then plus 4 to get to a new planet, 33. And then 34, 35, 36, 37. And it just keeps going like that. Like, it's a very linear path. It's generally 4 days between planets and 1 day per extra moon. Yeah, I know, Uranus, right? So, you need to go to the next colony, which is in line to be Ganymede, which might not have a whole lot, but 20 days. I sure hope I didn't wait too long, but I think we'll be okay. Ganymede is kind of a bust, but we're getting the resources. Almost more important is that the resources are starting to build up. You know, we've got the resources growing. Leda is a colony. Not a very good colony. Saturn's got 2. We're going to build one on Tethys, which is going to be one of our last manual builds, because we're going to be stealing colonies soon enough. But we can't build it yet. Set course. Saturn, Phoebe, engage. We're almost in position. Now we go to Uranus. Don't send your guy unprepared to a methanoid ship or a methanoid planet, or you'll get stuck in combat and you might not be ready. There's a reason why I'm trying to do this all in order. Uranus, and then Ariel should be 1 day away. Activate. Oh look, we're maxed. Great. So what I'm gonna do, we're going to put a save down right here. I'm just going to make a backup save. Nothing special here. Just overwriting my old save file. This is... It's an upgraded. We're now Dirk plus... I can't use a plus sign. We're gonna go Dirk. Maybe, what does a Dirk upgrade to? A stiletto or something? I don't even know how to spell stiletto. But it's an upgraded Dirk. Alright. The stiletto's ready to go. The sword actually needs to get a pilot if we're gonna get combat, so this is not really the place for it. For now, what I'm gonna do with the sword is pick up any spare drones and kind of follow this guy around. Because we're not gonna wait for them. That's why I saved it. We've got about 240 drones, plus whatever's laying around back in Earth. Which is great! So, set course for Jupiter! We're gonna declare war on them. Well, they declared war on us, but we're gonna begin the Battle of Jupiter. Are you guys ready? Have you guys seen the drone combat yet? We did see it a couple episodes ago, last stream, right? Engage! Last time they outnumbered us. This time we outnumber them. And if you outnumber them heavily, you barely take any losses. Yay! It's not over though. We have to occupy the base. Now, I'm gonna put another save down. Because I'm gonna show this off, because this is the first time for you guys. Doc. Panic, panic, panic! What? Self-destruct mechanism? Panic? I'm panicked! What do we do? I don't know what to do! The timer's supposed to be going down. I don't know why it's not... Oh, there it goes. The timer just didn't want to tell me what was going on. So, if you're playing it for the first time... what just happened? Well, you just lost all your drones. Start over! One of the many low points of this game. So, don't do that. Make a lot of backup saves. Is it a game over? No, but like 200 drones is like, it would put us so far behind. When they start attacking us with 200s, I don't know if I'll have another fresh 200 set ready to go. So what you're supposed to do, Doc, look at it. Oh no, it's terrible. Get out of there. Go, go, go. Did we leave in time? Yeah, don't worry about it. We're fine. Special bulletin from head of research. These methanoids are more cunning than we thought. Their factories are fitted with self-destruct mechanisms. Give us the time and we will try to emulate their system. There should be an on-off switch somewhere. Alright. Set course, because they're probably going to attack us before we can... We could attack more bases, but right now every base we attack just gets blown up. We want to capture them. In fact, it's very, very important. So we're going to Oberon next. Engage. And this guy is picking up drones. We'll meet you at Oberon. Engage. And back on Earth, we gotta research. Let's learn what a self-destruct mechanism do. I'm actually gonna turn a bunch of production off now. It'll make sense in a bit. Because I need to have some iron built up. Especially in the faraway bases. I need enough basic resources ready to build something. Let those guys keep building. Yeah. 3 bases building drones. Death Stars. It's going to be a while before we get Death Stars. Alright. I'm going to keep an eye on... I'm probably going to send Oberon... I'm going to send the sword back to Earth once we've... once the stiletto gets there in 5 days. How long is it going to take to research this? A while. It's probably the quicker... We're going to leave the spare drones at Oberon, which is fine. Because we're probably going to get attacked here, and then if we lose some, we can replenish from there. Back to Earth. Engage. pick up another batch of drones, because we still got 5 methanoid bases. Now that we've destroyed Jupiter, we could go construct another base right now, probably at Tethys, but I'm not going to bother while we're doing all this combat stuff. So, the next thing we need is the research. There's not really any point attacking any more bases right now. We need to not hold down fast forward, though, because if we get attacked and we don't notice it, our ship gets destroyed with everything on it. So we have to go like 1 click at a time. Hopefully we can get this research done before we get attacked. Okay, we've learned how to build a SDM, suicide device. I mean, self-destruct mechanism. Okay, gotta build one of these. This is an easy one, no big deal. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Are you kidding me? We've got the supplies. What are you doing? Oh, it just didn't show it getting built. Whatever. So now we've got a panic button. Don't worry, though. This is fine. Click the button. Huh. It's not on. That's alright. I don't want to destroy Earth. What are these little flashing things? Reactor control cooling system. Okay. Oh no! Panic! Okay, so that's what you gotta turn off. You gotta go... I think it's... Maybe it doesn't matter what order you click them, but... You just gotta turn them off. Now we know! We could build a self-destruct mechanism everywhere, but why bother? Next step. Conquest. So, Oberon is conveniently very close to another base that I would love to take over. We haven't made it back to Earth yet. So now, full conquest mode. Engage. Combat. See, they've got more drones. They're already up to 110. We're going to need to continue building them up. Until they get to about 160 or 170, we're not going to take too heavy losses because we outnumber them so severely. So, this time, dock, click, click. Huzzah! We have captured our first base. The Titania, which was a base that I wanted to build myself because it's got great stuff. Sure, if they've got their own automatic panic control, they've got a shuttle bay, they've got stuff on the ground that's not piling up. Also, they've got 4 derricks, so we want to build some more derricks for them. My ship is docked. That's fine. No shuttles available right now. Not really producing anything. We'll just turn drones on, I guess. But they've got supplies up here, somehow. Plus this little thing here. I wonder what that's for. Also, why is there no supplies on the ground? Weird. Well, click the button. This is weird. Titania orbital. Huh. Transmit everything? Boy, this looks interesting. It's a list of everything we could possibly build. Bunch of star systems too, don't worry about those. That's spoilers. We can't really do anything with it right now. Well, we'll have to talk about that later, I guess. Get out there. Special bulletin! Head of research! The methanoids are too clever for comfort. Their storerooms are fitted with what appears to be a matter transmitter receiver. I assume it requires a target transmitter with which to communicate. Its mechanism is beyond my comprehension, but we can copy it. Oh, can we? We're gonna prioritize researching the mass transceiver. So, I mean, not to spoil it all, but resources on the ground, you do need rigs, get automatically transferred to this orbital station, and then any 2 stations with these mass transmitters can almost instantly transport anything between them, or balance them, or just send them. It's pretty good, right? Remember when I said we'll never have to do this micromanagement again? GG game. GG. Let's go pick up some more drones. I don't want my drone stockpile to get much lower than 200, because we're going to have to defend soon. But I would love to keep conquering. We've taken out 2 bases. There's 4 more. So we've got to take out... let's see. We've done Jupiter already. There's a base on... There's no bases on Saturn. So Jupiter's destroyed. Saturn is empty. We took out Titania. There's 1 on Uranus. And then... basically... Neptune, Triton, Pluto. I'm going to put another save down. I'm just going to be saves coming. We haven't done a lot of saves coming yet. But, really, the problem is getting attacked when you're not available to defend it. Because they will just destroy one of your bases, and then rebuilding it is a pain in your... It's a pain in the friggin' neck. And I don't want to deal with that. So, without really knowing when they're coming, and the fact that you can't defend everywhere at once... That's not really good option. I am going to go take out Uranus right now. Uranus has helium. Will they do the thing last game when you beat Mars? What happened last game? Like in Millennium 2.2? Dang it, as soon as... Okay, that's fine. That's why I put the save down. Like, almost... a day after I leave. Alright, we got lots of drones. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. 2, 3. 3 days after I left. Now, this is their first attack. It's puny. They just ran away anyway. Oh, they came at you with a bunch of ships? It's more complicated in this game how they attack you. But there's some of that. Okay, now that they've attacked us, even though they fled, they probably won't attack again for a little while. It's like 50 to 100 days before between waves. We need to finish this research. I don't want to go too crazy until this research is done. Now, you might be... Well, no, we haven't built them yet, but for now, the shuttles are our only way to get resources up into space. But even when we build the mass transceiver, you'll see, there's still a reason to keep the shuttles around for a little while. Alright, let's pick up some extra drones. Venus, Earth, and the Moon should have a little bit of a refresh. And we should get a war at Uranus shortly. Clearly, they defend their bases more heavily, sort of to stop you from rushing like we're rushing. I don't care. So, the way the script works, basically, for their attacks right now, they will try to attack each base from the outer side of the solar system inwards. So they're going to go Oberon, and then Titania, and then, I think, Ariel, then Miranda, then Uranus, assuming I conquer Uranus. And they attack them twice. 2 failed attacks, and then the next planet. Or the next moon. And then 2 failed attacks, and then the next one. That's the script. But it gets a little bit complicated as you're conquering their planets as well. Anyway, no time for that. Alright, launch. Pick up drones. Oh, we did not build a lot of drones at Venus. Turn that off. I know we're going to need a lot more drones, but there's something more important to build soon. Wait, am I not on Venus? Oh. You have to hit engage, Blue. Alright, so Uranus is occupied. We're going back to Oberon to defend Oberon. So one thing we can do right now, although it's just not going to make much difference, is we can play with our mass transmitter. What I have been doing personally is just setting it up like this. This is just auto balance, basically. Green and orange, this is sending from the place you're at and sending from the place you're connected to. So Uranus is green, Titania is orange, unless you're the other way around. On this side, they have the same connection, so you can connect basically 2 systems together, or multiple systems. You could send them all to Earth. But for now, we've only got the 2 options, so let's just sync it. if they've got the resources to build all the stuff, they could start building things as well. What they probably want to do first is get their derricks going for resource income. They're going to need 4 derricks, 1 shuttle, and 1 tool pod. They don't need anything else because the ground base is already constructed. And this is where things get just a fair bit quicker. Now they're building. Alright, how are my drones looking? Not good. I don't think I'm going to want to attack without having 200 drones, or a slightly larger amount than 200. Oh, by the way, have I gone too long here? Okay, I might have wasted a few days here because they don't tell you the research is complete. But we have now learned how to build our own matter transmitter. That's why I turned drone production off. I don't want to build drones when we need to build these, because we need to build one of these everywhere. And they're kind of expensive. You only need 1 per base. They do use like 500 copper, or 500 titanium, a bit of copper, a bit of gold, or a bit of palladium and gold, I think. It's one of the few things we're going to be shipping to new bases, actually. Because once you've built one of these, you don't need any other shuttles. This is like the most important thing you'll ever build. So this is why we rush so hard. It's so that the quicker that we can get, the faster we can get to 200 drones to take over a base, and then destroy a base, research it, capture a base, learn how the matter transmitter works, build all the matter transmitters. Suddenly, our empire is just so much more connected. It's like we invented the internet in the year 3106. They can also transport drones. So this is like our last drone transport even. It's the other way to transport drones. But for now, we're not quite there yet. Looks like we had enough resources to start the first 3. And we've got almost exactly 200 drones left over. Alright. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a little bit more micromanagement here. Engage. So the moon to Earth, we're just going to share resources for now. I will mess with this a lot more in the future. Send any produced drones to Earth, share resources. We're going to do the same thing at Venus. Earth is definitely going to be my hub. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to not have an Earth hub. Send drones to Earth, share other resources. And at Earth, for now, you're going to share with Uranus. And you're going to send your drones to Uranus. And we can also send all the other things. Like, remember when I'm like, boy, we're going to need to build stuff. No, you're not. You don't have to build any of these things. What are you talking about, Blue? You want to know how easy it is to get these new bases set up once you've got the power? I just sent off my 39 drones. Well, I don't have a matter transmitter at Oberon just yet. So, I'll show you another cool trick. To Uranus, we're going to send... All they are going to need is a tool pod, a shuttle, and some derricks. So, look where the arrow is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Turn those off. Back to transmitting drones and sharing resources. Go right back up to the top. Okay, so now if we go to Uranus, boom. Oh, look, we didn't have to build anything over here. Once they're done, I'll just send it on over to Titania, and they'll be fully geared up. It's pretty darn handy. Now, while I'm doing that, what we really should be doing is making sure that we can get these matter transmitters built everywhere. Not all the bases have the supplies. They're generally low on titanium. So what we're going to want to do is fairly quickly, Titania and Uranus will get balanced for iron and titanium, or basically titanium. So I should really get some transport ships there, ready to move them to my other bases. Because we just need to manually get these set up one more time. And I could have done this in advance. It would have been smart. Again, it's not one of those things where if you're playing along, before you research matter transmitters, if you conquer one or two of these outer systems, you could definitely plan to save like enough titanium and stuff to, you know, I never even dropped this stuff off. Whatever. Alright, they're flying. So what I'm doing is on Uranus, we are getting more derricks deployed because, you know, resources. And this gets automatically added to our network, basically. So might as well get this going. Launch. Land. Basically takes 7 days to get however many derricks you need down there. And you can build them somewhere and just stockpile them, and then whenever you get a new base, just move them on up instantly. And there's basically no need to keep these shuttles around because they're kind of a one-time use now. It's just to get the ground base working, and then you can just unassemble them. Go to your transmitter, go, okay, we're on Uranus, we want to send the same stuff to Titania so she can get her ground factories upgraded. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some people are building their MTXs automatically. So nice. What are you building? Oh, right, I forgot to turn these off. We are definitely gonna need lots of drones though, so it's tempting to only like to turn these off to save resources, but really we can't fall behind on drone production. The AI gets like basically infinite drones just on a timer. There's no resource cost for them. So it's kind of a war of attrition for who can outproduce. Can the player get their construction and resources going quick enough to outperform the AI? But I think we're in a pretty good spot. But if you're playing this for the first time, man, there's no way you're going to be nearly as efficient. And it's just so easy to get into like an unwinnable position where the AI just attacks you and you can't keep up your own production to really defend them off. There's no, for any time soon anyway, there's no like orbital laser tech that just keeps them away. Like in Millennium 2.2, you just built orbital lasers. Sure, they were consumable, but one of them killed like a few drones and you just built a few of them and you're generally fine, but not so much anymore. Okay, so I believe while I was doing all that, some more places got their MTXs going. For now, we're just going to link up to Earth. Share the load. And that's really pretty much it. This is Titan. For now, I really find it easiest to just ship all the drones to Earth and then have Earth send them wherever we need them, generally. So right now, Earth is sending them to... Actually, we're going to be docked in Oberon for a while. So that's probably the best place to send all the drones. Seeing as they also just built their MTS. And then from Oberon's perspective, all they're doing is with Earth sharing resources. They're not sending anything specifically back to Earth. Who else has got MTXs? Well, we built quite a few while I was not paying attention. Excellent. I gotta make sure I'm... These are the kind of, like... So now, the management issue is, like, making sure this screen is set up correctly. I generally, for now, just gonna balance the first page and send drones, but there's lots of other things you can do on that page that, we'll talk about later on, and you'll probably see me do a little bit. Anyway, so those 3 bases are constructing and ready to go. You've got drones queued up. Oberon is holding on to its drones. Aerial, man, yeah, we actually built... I had more resources stockpiled than last time. When I was off camera doing this, I ran out of resources to build the MTXs, so it delayed me even further because I built too many drones, I think. Or I didn't stock up enough. Hey there, Dirigible. How am I? Well, I'd be better if I wasn't playing this game, probably. Aerial. Miranda. Miranda does not have the MTX. So yeah, the first 5 are good. The last 2 are good. The 5 in between our bases have less resources stockpiled, so it's not a surprise. I think you can tell... Can you tell from this screen? Maybe not. Methanoid colonies look a little different, but we have to, like, manually check. It looks like Titan might be the only base that had enough resources to build one right away. So we're going to need to build 4 more MTXs. And that's why I sent these guys and gals to Titania and Uranus, because they should have resources here if you've got a cargo ship. So dock at Uranus and dock at Titania. Boom. And then we got... No one else started building anything yet. Okay. So what we're missing... Let's see. There's 4 bases. Miranda's very close by. We can do this one real quick. What are you missing? Just titanium. So this is probably a good one to basically memorize. You need 500 titanium. That's 2 loads of titanium. 1 load of copper. 1 load of palladium. 1 load of gold. Like... less than 100 gold, palladium, copper, 500 titanium. That's kind of the way to keep an eye on things. So what is Miranda missing? It's titanium. The rest of the stuff is fine. And it's probably going to be the same for everybody. Most places are going to be a little bit short on titanium because we spent it all on drones. So if we have someone who has access to some spare titanium, we can basically finish this all off. So you're going to go to Miranda. And the other one on Titania is going to just load up on titanium as well. We are a little bit, we're a little bit titanium starved on Titania with Titan. But we'll figure it out. So Miranda... it's going to go Miranda and then Phoebe probably. Well, I don't know. Sure. Launch. Engage. Engage. Switch over some drones. And at this point, the sword is going to dock and disassemble. We're actually going to end up disassembling most of these ships. I've got a lot of things on my mind right now. So, I could attack another alien base, but I want to make sure my resource income is good. My drone income is good before. That's enough to defend against a wave, but not forever. So, there are still 3 more bases left, and I think the last one will definitely have 200 drones. We don't want to... like, I want to take them over soon. It's the sooner the better, but... you know, the trick is... not attacking so quickly that you run out of drones to defend yourself. This makes sense, you know. Alright, let's get these 2 more MTXs built. What I'm gonna do, just to be a little bit harsh, drop off the titanium, make sure this starts, and then pick up the leftover titanium and send that to the next one, because we have, 4 bases to do. So one's going to Phoebe. We need Leda and Ganymedes. And I will build a Tethys base at some point. There's Leda. You're already at Phoebe. Drop off some titanium. They almost had enough. That'll get it started. And then get out of there. Also, my sword, as cool as you are, for now, just disassemble. We don't really need to, like, it was a very short-lived process of transporting drones around manually. Now that we've got these MTXs, it's just so much simpler if we just send them via instant transmission. And yeah, we're going to be getting rid of a lot of these. I think what I'll start doing here, we should have enough resources to build all the MTXs right now. We're going to send all of these to complete their cycle, and then we're just going to disassemble them, and then we can move stuff around as we need later on. We're not going to use 16 of these ever again. At least not in the same place. So we're going to be turning all of these off. I'm going to have to, like, manually disassemble them all, but it's fine. Phoebe to Uranus. I should really just disassemble this one as well. Automatic. People with titanium are special. Everyone else just gets destroyed. So much micromanagement. I just spent all this time last episode getting all this stuff set up. And what am I doing? I'm undoing it all right now. It's fine. I will organize it later once we're done the combat. But once we get rid of all these ships, it's going to be so much easier to follow along. Ganymede at Phoebe's is now to the last base that doesn't have a MTX will be Ganymede's. The Gany-T is the final one too. Alright, people disengaged in a dock, getting disassembled. Now we are going to want to move admirals and engineers around at some point, but probably not until we're done in our solar system. I lost you like 5 minutes ago. I'm surprised I didn't lose people like 5 hours ago, honestly. But in theory, things will start to make more sense as we get away from the low-level micro and can talk a little bit more about the high-level macro. In theory. Besides, we get to kill methanoids. That's what you really want to see. Take out all the meth heads. But yeah, the era of bussing materials around manually is over. Now we just bus around basically people and combat. Like, we just need fighter ships, and you can't beam humans around. So that's the only thing we need transport ships for, really, at this point. As long as you don't hurt any Xenos. Well, there are some Xenos talking to us. That's something to discuss at some point, I suppose. We haven't really translated their message yet, so we don't know what they're trying to say. And yeah, all these parts to these ships, we can beam around. So if we want to build some more spaceships somewhere, it just takes a couple seconds and we can send them wherever we want. It'll be much, much easier than... in fact, we can just automate it. Send everything to Earth and have Earth send things where you want them. So that'll be the plan, sort of long term. Next break, I'm going to go eat some food. I should try to eat a little bit of food again. It's difficult. For those of you future tubers, I'm in the middle of a bit of a stomach bug. It's nothing terrible, but, you know, all the abdominal stuff that sucks. I don't really want to talk about it, but it's not the most pleasant experience. And I haven't had one of these in a very, very long time, so it kind of caught me off guard. Anyway, eating food is difficult, slightly dangerous. Like a baby Xeno? I don't know. You want to capture some baby Xenos? Just the chest bursters. The face huggers, or the chest bursters, they come out of your chest. Like, I don't know where they were growing. I don't think they ever went to your stomach. I thought they were, like, in your lung. I don't know. Maybe they were in your stomach. It's been a long time. I guess they go down your throat, so they must... Yeah, that's fair. They just burst out of your chest. Just give me the bullet next time. We can actually just disassemble this right here, because the titanium is where it needs to be. And assuming we've done this right, once I get these MTXs built, all drone production will be beamed to our combat, our front line. Build. Excellent. Any MTXs built that we haven't queued up yet? Yeah. As they get built up, we just need to add them to the add them to the network, basically. Okay, so Miranda's added. We just need these 3. Lada's not ready. This one's done. Now, the reason I'm not selecting everything right now is it takes a lot longer because it goes through 1 resource per turn, and then it beams like as many as you want. It could beam 20,000 carbon in 1 turn. But every item is individually shipped. So if you add a bunch of other things, it's like 10 extra days per cycle, which is just wasted time right now. What I want is all these things to get balanced out so the construction will work. Also, don't forget to click there. Just making sure I've actually clicked Earth for all of these. Alright, looks like we're just going to be waiting on Ganymede, which is almost done, and Leda, which we're just waiting for the titanium to get there. Which is stopped because there's stuff in the way. Classic. This is why we're getting rid of all these ships. Once these ships are out of the way, we don't have to worry about trying to dock with ships blocking our access and the game not really telling us. Admiral Cushing. Now, there is another thing that we'll probably do for Micro at some point. All of our admirals with their crew slowly take attrition to old age and stuff. You start with 1 admiral, like 1 officer and 40 crew. And supposedly the number of crew alive, up to 40, does make a difference on your combat efficiency. I haven't really noticed a difference. But we can send them back down to Earth, get them back up to 40, maintain their admiral rank, and then you'd have max rank soldiers everywhere. So that's on the long-term to-do list before we leave Earth solar system. But not until after we've secured our home front. Sadly, though, I have bad news for if you think the aliens are going to stop attacking us anytime ever. Alright, Leda, get in there. Please. There we go. This is the last MTX resources. So that means all resources are now on network, or, well, shortly. Leda, good. And then Ganymedes already built their MTX. Let's set it up. And then there's just 1 more to add. This guy will be arriving in 25 days. Notifications suck. Well, that's how it is. Just like this game. 2, 3, 4, 5. Leda's done. Auto. iOS drones. Oh, also click Earth. Bam. Okay, as long as I've clicked Earth everywhere, we are set up on our basic everything to Earth network. Now, we don't really have enough resource income to build drones everywhere, although we've got 10 factories. We'll probably build from, like, 5 or 6, maybe. We've got 18 reserve, and probably a little bit more than that, technically. How are we doing here? Oh, I see what happened. I didn't set up Uranus. Uranus was special early on because it was our first transport base, so... Get those drones to Earth. Transport. Get those drones to Oberon, yes. Bam. And just like that, we've got resupplying drones, mostly automated. So one thing that, you know, I probably should take a second to explain. As much as ground resources are automatically shifted up, not the stockpile, only the income. So, it still makes sense to leave your shuttles going for now, although we've, well, I mean, we've got 20,000. It's going to take for friggin' ever. But for now, we'll leave the shuttle slowly moving important things, whatever we consider important, up into space. It's not much, but it's fine. We might micromanage at some point what we actually want to move up into space. It's going to be, like, not carbon, because it gets moved up automatically and we don't need that much. But the main three, iron, titanium, aluminum for drones, and palladium, platinum, are generally good bets. And then, of course, you might need fuel, but it's not as big of a deal anymore now that we just magically transmit it everywhere. What else have we got on Venus? Iron, titanium, aluminum. There was just a big titanium shortage earlier. And I don't really care. Well, I guess we'll send up the gold. Alright. What else for shuttles? Yeah, hydrogen, methane are garbage. Silica, like... The thing is, a lot of these resources are used in such small quantity that there's not really much priority in uploading them. We will be iron, aluminum, or titanium constrained for a while, though. So I'm just going to turn off things like copper and silica and fuel and just focus on the other ones that are a little bit more important. And, you know, once the ground stocks are depleted, then we can get rid of the shuttles, but that will take a long time. Well, not for the new colonies, to be honest, but the new 5, they probably don't have a whole lot of backlog, but whatever. For now, there are some things we do need, and there's lots of things we don't need, so prioritize the stuff we do need. Carbon is not one of those things. I know I talked about doing this one point in the future, and then here I am doing it all right now. Alright. That'll keep them busy doing more productive use of their time. One more, and we've got... How many spares? 26? Oh, it's fine. Let's put a save down and make another attack. We should be fine to take another base. I just never know when they're going to attack me, and it's so dumb. If your base gets destroyed, it's a real hassle going back and forth. Let's see some high-quality action combat. They're still only at like 114, so we're doing fine. You missed the self-destruct sequence? Don't worry about it. I already know everything I need to know, Dave. You can't spoil anything for me, and don't spoil anything for the people watching at home. I already know everything. I am the master of this game. This terrible, terrible game. You can't see my reaction. Sorry, I didn't, it won't work. This is not a blind playthrough. If this was a blind playthrough, I would have uninstalled it. Alright, adding Neptune to the network. We should probably get some shuttle or some derricks added in here. But for now, just load balance to Earth. And out you go. Out you go. Back to Oberon for now. Although I don't know. As soon as we conquer Neptune, they might attack here instead. I don't actually know for sure how that'll work. We'll figure it out. Anyway, dock. Please dock. There we go. Oh, I just caught it like 1 second before it was done. Also, hello there, Ilya. It's unknown if the embryo travels to the whole stomach or bronchial tubes. Well, get your lore together there, Luke. Alright, cleaned up. Neptune. Oh, what do we got on Neptune? Is there anything good here? Is it worth putting 2 more derricks? Probably. This is one of those times where it's a little bit questionable how valuable this is, but it doesn't take all that long. And we're still pretty early on. So moving stuff around like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't take all that long. Definitely going to save up for another full drone fleet. While that's going on, let's go, we only got a little bit of fuel, but we don't need much. Let's go max out the mining operation. Alright, I mean, that's 25% more resources, right? Worth 7 days and a little bit of micromanagement. At least it doesn't take too long. Just gotta do that once. As long as you don't let the methanoids destroy your bases, you just do that once and you can forget about it. Alright, 2 more bases, and I'll probably build 1 more once I'm done. But, well, you know, our drone income's not bad. How are we looking on drones? We've got enough. Should I attack Pluto? Ooh, we could just clear them all out. I don't know if we've got enough drones to wipe them all out before their next attack. They'll still attack us. I don't know if they'll attack Oberon because they already attacked it once, or they'll go out to Pluto because it's the furthest away. It's kind of like that's why we do save scumming. Speaking of which, we haven't had to do a lot of reloading yet, but you never know. The side panel does say we're playing on super speed and we're save scumming, so no one is caught unaware. Alright. We did Neptune already, so next up is Triton. What game do you think you have a higher probability of your bases being overrun by aliens after hours of playing? Xenonauts or Deuteros? If you're playing blindly for the first time, Deuteros. You will almost 100% die if you're not doing reloading. Xenonauts, you have a chance. What is this game about? Oh, man. Here you go. This is what the game's about. It's about me building more green dots than the AI can spawn red dots. Whoever builds the most dots wins. They get eventually 200 every 100 days or something like that. And we need a lot of resources to build the green dots. So we expand across the solar system to build mining factories to produce the resources to build the green dots. That's this game. And there's some research and stuff, but don't worry about it. Launch. Alright, Triton captured. It's a lot of hassle. Oh, there's a lot of hassle. Triton has no derricks. What? Look at all the good stuff over here. They're not even mining it. Let's hook up to the network. Now that we're not in the early game, things are not as bad as they used to be. Okay, get out. Set course. Oh, I'm going to need a few more drones, but there's only 1 more base. And I still think it's a little bit more likely that we get attack. Well, okay. What we can do is, rather than share resources, which means we lose them all if we get conquered, instead of save scumming, we'll just transfer everything back to Earth. We'll do that for Triton and Neptune, because they're closer to the outside than Oberon. Although I'd have to rebuild my stupid derricks. We're going to ship 1 round of derricks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then everything else goes back to Earth. We're not going to be constructing here. Not right now. Is there a high-pitched squeal, or is that just my head? It's probably just my head. Uranus is also behind. Uranus is behind Oberon, so it's fine. If you're new, what I'm talking about is the further out you are, the more likely you get attacked. They attack inwards, from the outside inwards. Eventually, once we've conquered Pluto, we expect to defend Pluto. Alright, we've got 171 drones. We're gonna want more drones. We need all the drones. Okay, let a little bit of time go by. Your body temperature's a bit high. I have a bit of a fever too. You paid $20 for the big box version. Yeah, your love for this game is 100. You should probably get checked out by a doctor. You might have coronavirus. You probably have a fever. If you played it back in the early 90s, this was just the standard of the time. $19 dues. It's probably not as bad compared to its contemporaries, but nowadays, oh, rough. Alright. We can keep an eye on our drone production here as they move around. We also could keep an eye on our resources. You can try to figure out what resource is being constrained. Like Factorio. Right now, as expected, it's going to be titanium and then iron. So, we gotta stock up as much as we can of titanium and iron. 1991 pounds are probably worth like 5,000 2020 pounds post-apocalypse. We could definitely attack Pluto with 185, but I'd rather have 200. I don't really think we can build a whole lot more at this moment. Like, I don't think we can turn on very many more production lines. I'll turn on 2 more. It just slows things down if you try to build more than you can produce resources for. Well, it doesn't slow it down. It just looks gross. And we could get a second attack. You know, what we should probably do is save, figure out where we get attacked, and then just reload. And then after we fight off the next wave, then we attack Pluto. Unless we get well over 200 before that. Well... Oh, another transmission. Blargity blarg, bloogity bloog. You still don't know we just don't know what you're trying to say, but we're trying to communicate to you. Sure. Alright, one more drone, then we go. Alright, we got lots of drones. I feel confident. To Pluto. But not before we save. If I fly to Pluto and Oberon gets destroyed, I'm going to reload. Because that's what happened last time. As soon as I left, they immediately got attacked. It's great. Oh, I actually have to hit the engage button. You have to click the button. It's not automatic. Alright, guys. The final battle for the solar system. This is where we end the war. The Methanoids. Engage! They've only got 136. Pathetic. Take them out, boys. All these green dots. Those are... Every green dot is 120 iron, titanium, and aluminum, and a little bit of copper and something else. This is my solar system. You mutant scum. Alright, that's it. Pluto is ours. For now, ship everything back to Earth. So, how you guys feel about that? That worked out, right? Launch. Newsflash! We are certain that there are no Methanoid colonies left in the solar system, although a few warships remains. What he means is you will still get attacked by 200 squad Methanoids every 100 turns. Why? Because it's stupid. This game is bad. But, anyway, this is our next sort of break point to just build up resources. They will continue to attack us. We have some things to research. But you probably don't want to do the next step until you've got like 500 drones in reserve. Isn't that exciting? There's a lot of breakpoints like that in this game. Oh, there's some music. We're going into space, guys. Hooray! We're going to space! We're going spacing! Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's exciting. Alright, so with that, we can probably end our episode right here, because that's about the right time to end the episode. But we've got star galleons and new fuel. We'll go fuel first. But yeah, let's end the episode here. And, well, let's just do one little thing. I want to make... maybe we'll wait till the next attack. Another transmission. Greetings, once something humans. Blah, blah, blah. We live a long way away. Blah, 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 blah. You should probably go somewhere and find something. Or no, wait, not yet. Just, you know, the aliens, they're just being aliens. You know, they're just going to observe us. I don't know what they're trying to say. They're stupid aliens. Why are these not getting sent? I think we just sent 2 and received 2, and then sent 2 and then received 2. Alright. Back to Earth. So even after all that, we're back up to 177 drones, and there's probably more coming in all the time. So we're good. So now we've got one more base to build, which we might as well build. You could probably do a little bit of math if you cared, and figure out what resources you're the worst on, and build the base that gives you the most of what you need, which for us is iron and titanium, which I've already conveniently decided long ago. The next base I'm going to build, don't worry about that, the next base I'm going to build is... Dun, 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 not on Jupiter, but on Saturn. We're going to go to Tethys, maybe. Well... maybe I'll think about it. We definitely need titanium, aluminum, and platinum. Palladium. But maybe we need iron and titanium more? I don't know. There's like so many of these places we could look at. But we're going to build one more base. But we'll do it kind of the cool way. Which means we're going to wait a little bit. And then we're just going to build up as many drones as we can. And, you know, just before we end the episode, let's just see where we get attacked. Because I've been talking about it a lot. I would like to know if we get attacked at Pluto, which is the furthest away. I am actually almost positive they won't, because I believe they set their attack destination right after the last attack. So, if I was a betting man, when they attacked us previously, they attacked Oberon. That was our furthest away colony. And after we fought them off, then we conquered everything else. So I think they'll attack Oberon one more time, because they set it. They don't decide it on the fly. They decide it right after they get defeated. And if we just wait here, we'll probably fight off one wave, and then the next wave will go to Pluto. Understanding the AI's decision-making is probably half the game. We sent it to Oberon. Oberon sent it right back. That's what we'll want all the default at some point. But having closer to 200 would be better. Just in case they attack us with a 200-sized fleet. I don't think they're going to have 200-sized fleets yet, but soon. And who knows when they're actually going to attack us. And I was still wrong. I was still wrong. Even though Pluto did not exist the last time they did an attack, they still... See, they do this to me all the time. It's so dumb. Anyway, now we know. This is why the game is so bad. One of many reasons. Now, it's fine. Pluto didn't have any resources. I didn't even build the shuttles there yet to build the derricks. But, you know. I sounded so happy and then crushed. Yeah. Welcome to Deuteros. Did I set it up to send stuff to Pluto correctly? No, I did not. Alright, that's basically maxed. We'll send one more wave. And then you just have to keep count. Because it'll attack Pluto twice, and then they'll attack backwards. Triton, and then Uranus, and then probably back to Oberon, and Titania, and all that stuff. And you can just stay ahead of them. I didn't do what I was going to do there. Alright, one more defense, and then we're going to end the episode for the future tubers. Good, they still have small fleets, which means we've got a little bit more time to cheaply stockpile. Once they start sending 200 waves, we're going to lose a lot more drones every single time, and it means we're getting less efficient, sort of, like, we're spending more per turn on upkeep, basically. Anyway, that's going to be the end for this episode. We've secured our solar system, mostly. Things to do next time, well, we've got some derricks to build, so we'll get the derricks going, and we'll build one more base somewhere. I'll figure that off between recordings. So, future tubers, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Next time we finish Earth, we get our next round of research. Also, we're starting to build some helium fuel in Uranus? Yeah. Helium deuterium. We've only got one place to build it right now. We'll figure it out later on. But, you know, we got a fair amount of helium just moving around. We'll work it out. We got some new ships. Eventually, we're going to talk star systems, but that might take an entire episode of just building up before we go. So, we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed or something, and I'll see you next time.